Remember, Joe Biden claimed that he had our back, allegedly, right? So now what we need to start doing is we need to start bullet pointing a list of times that Joe Biden didn't have our back and circulating that on social media in the form of a meme. And maybe Joy Reid will pick it up and maybe she'll decide to talk about it on one of her shows and try to say how much of disinformation that it is. Because, you know, everything that we say is disinformation. Shout out to Fifo Sanders. What's good with it, bro? Maybe that's what she'll do. This is an article from August 12th, all right? And it's from this local newspaper here, Arkansas Times. Arkansas Education Department nixes AP African American Studies course at last minute. Now, why do you think they did that? What was so urgent about it that they had to get rid of it at the last minute? What do you guys think? Word came Friday from distraught educators that a new advanced placement course on African American history was suddenly on the chopping block just 2 days before the first bell of the school year was set to ring in Arkansas high schools planning to offer the class. An official from the Arkansas Department of Education reportedly alerted high school teachers by phone on Friday that the class would not be recognized for course credit by the state in the 2023-2024 school year. And unlike with every other AP class on offer, the state would not cover the $90 cost of an end-of-year test that gives students the opportunity to qualify for college course credit. So now here's my question. What other courses are being treated like that? Shout out to Iron Will. What's good with it, bro? What other college courses are being treated like that? The College Board, which designs and administers AP exams, is currently piloting AP African American Studies at select U.S. high schools. 60 schools around the country, including Central High in Little Rock and the academies at Jonesboro High School, piloted the course last year. For the coming school year, the pilot program will expand to hundreds of schools, and students will test for college credit in the course for the first time in spring of 2024. Teachers at schools including Central High, North Little Rock High School, North Little Rock Center for Excellence, Charter High School, and Jacksonville High School prepared over the summer to offer the course in the upcoming school year. At least some of these teachers were at school prepping their classrooms and meeting with students and parents when they got the news from the state. The full impact of the state's move is unclear. Teachers were reportedly told that they could still offer the class, but the state will not recognize it on the same level as other AP courses. So now here's my question. What does that do to the AP value of the course? So right here, this right here is basic tactics, right? This is why you can have a PhD and say something to a white person who has no education and can barely read, and all of the world will listen to the white person. And because you're black, none of your education or credentials matter. This is the same kind of situation. Shout out to Terrence Jackson. Terrence Jackson and I disintegrated some clown on Twitter this morning. He started backtracking and crying and whining, posting articles about Haiti, asking us what we're going to do about crime in Haiti. Right? But we destroyed this idiot because these people are not that smart. We destroyed this idiot and we had citation for all of the claims that we made, right? But because this idiot is a part of the ongoing propaganda chain, right? He feels that he doesn't need to post any information. He doesn't need to post any citations. His tweets with no links attached are more impactful and more factual than our tweets with academic studies or articles citing academic studies attached simply because he's not black. That's exactly what this class is doing here. That's one of the reasons why unless it's to bring on black academics to talk crazy about black people, that's why you never see them bringing black academics on, which is one of the reasons why, if you ask me, we need to separate from the education system, create our own education systems, and outperform the rest of the world with the products that we develop from our education system and jack up the price, make them pay. We're going to make a green car that's more efficient than yours. It's going to be so efficient, it barely puts out any carbon dioxide. And now, when the Earth's atmosphere gets to 17% oxygen, we're going to jack up the price of that car. You better have your credit card ready so you can use Uber, because we're going to punish you for everything that you did for the last 400 years. That car finna cost $100,000. That's how you do that. That's villainy. You want to try to discredit everything that we say simply because of the color of our skin? When you need what we have to live, it's going to cut deep. It's going to cut deep, damn near to an artery. You're going to mess around and have an aortic aneurysm trying to survive messing with us. That's what you get. That's the kind of time people should be on. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to my man AB Promotions. Make sure you guys throw some radiation emoji in the chat for AB Promotions with the $1.99 super chat. My man AB Promotions says, "What's good, Robb in chat? What's good with it, bro? Good to have you in here." Shout out to my man Bronze of God, Griff Set with the $10 super chat. Make sure y'all show Bronze of God some love. Throw some radiation emoji in the chat. That's what we got to do. Because now, after you've tried to use your propaganda and use your power to attempt to render any influence that we have as irrelevant by canceling and silencing our voice, now when you're on life support, you're going to pay for oxygen dearly. That's the kind of time people need to be on. You're going to pay for oxygen dearly. And when the time runs out, the air runs out. And that's just how it goes. Sorry, Matt Walsh. Your prediction is correct. So now here it says, that may make African American studies less attractive for students competing for top class rankings, which is exactly why they did it. Because if you're trying to compete for valedictorian and you're trying to get all of these class credits and get AP credits to increase your grade point average, if you make an African American class the bottom of the barrel class that's not worth as many points as the other classes, that's gonna be a negative deterrent. That's operant conditioning, negative reinforcement. If you're not, if I could take AP Shakespeare and get 5 credit points for it, and if I take AP African American Studies and I only get 1 credit point for it, of course you're gonna take Shakespeare. If you're competing to be the valedictorian of the class, or you're competing to get into a certain college, would you guys agree? I mean, that's just common sense. But what I want you guys to understand is how they've militarized how these initiatives are set up. Understand how they've militarized the attack on our history, labeling it something else that is not. Our history is not theoretical. Our history is real. You know, this clown on Twitter tried to say that we're immigrants. I said, where do people immigrate? Where do black people immigrate to the United States from with European last names? Where does that happen at? Where does Edward Jenkins immigrate to the United States from? I mean, this dude just got. I mean, this dude. You got. It's a Twitter thread Hall of Fame. You guys should see it, man. Me and Terrence were just tag teaming this dude, knocking him down, kicking him all while he was down. It was great. So, and see, I remember this because I was an academic competitor in my high school, so I remember calculating these classes for the points that you would get. I took AP Calculus my senior year. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when I went to my undergraduate, I was in the honors college. That was a competition. So I understand what they're talking about here. If you make this AP African American class the class that has the least points available, the likelihood of people being attracted to taking that class is a lot lower. So now my question for you guys is, what is the purpose of them doing this? Now, these are the questions. These are the ongoing questions. The ongoing question first is, what is the purpose of them doing this? The second question is, what are Democrats doing about it? Throw this whole live stream into Joe Biden's lap cold and say, what are you doing about this, buddy? What are you doing about this, my guy? Hey, Kamala, what's up? Hey, come here real quick. What you doing about this? Remember, we voted for you. Remember, you said that you had our back. Remember, ski wheat. What you doing about this? And if you can't answer and show effectively what you're doing about this, then guess what? Your approval ratings are already in the toilet. Now they're about to almost be at the water treatment plant. Your approval ratings are beyond household plumbing. They're beyond household plumbing. They flushed. They've gone through the pipes. They're now approaching the water treatment plant. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says that may make African American studies less attractive for students competing for top class rankings, who often seek out AP classes for the extra bump they provide their GPAs. Taking AP classes can shoot high-performing students above a 4.0. And that's how you get those valedictorians in the class that have like a 5.0, a 4.5. You know what I'm saying? It could also have a chilling effect on other schools that might have been considering offering the course in the future. So now, if it has a chilling effect on other schools that may have considered offering the course in the future, what is that going to do? That's going to deter those other schools from wanting to offer that course, because they're not going to want to deal with the bureaucracy, and they're also not going to want to take up a classroom with that class if the class is not popular. And then the teachers, they'll just, people like Kevin Stitt, people like Sarah Huckabee, they'll just throw up their hands and say, well, I mean, the evidence is there. I mean, just, nobody wants to take the class. Nobody wants to take the class. The evidence is there. Nobody wants to take the class. Yeah, well, while you're sitting there screeching with your high-pitched nasally voice, you're leaving out the part that the reason why nobody wants to take the class is because you've reduced the credits down to where it doesn't help somebody who's competitive for being a class valedictorian. You always leave that part out. It's just the evidence. It's just the evidence. It's not just the evidence. You're using anecdotal evidence. You're using manipulated statistics. You've quantitatively eased to decrease the value of that class, and then you're going to turn around and say, well, there's no demand for the class because you've artificially made the class less attractive. Now, here's my question, right? I don't have a degree in political science, but this ain't difficult for me to figure out. So where's the people that's getting paid for this at? Where's the people that's getting paid for this at? Where's Jim Clyburn biscuit eating ass at? Maxine Waters need to put down that bottle of gin, drink some Gatorade, and get over here and say something about this. Because Maxine Waters, she drink that old people drink. She drinking gin straight. You know what I'm saying? from the green bottle. Maxine Waters sitting up there drinking some green bottle gin and tonic. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says the course will not count as a credit towards statewide graduation requirements, and student will have to pay their own test fees. What high school student is going to take that class? Why would you take this class when you could either take a class that has more incentive, or if it's your senior year, you could just take a damn study hall? Shout out to Torian. Torian said they are just trying to make teaching our history illegal across the board. Imagine they take this beyond schools and say don't even teach it outside of the school, not even at home. Yeah, and turn it into hate speech on social media platforms, which is one of the reasons why we got to have our own platform. This right here is more evidence of the necessity of value chains. Now, let me ask you guys a question. How many value chains are Democrat politicians trying to build? Oh, I'll answer that question for you. Democrat politicians are trying to build a lot of value chains, as long as they're not value chains that are infusing resources and money back into us. As long as those value chains are working for everybody else and they're building everybody else lots of money, fame, and fortune. Oh man, yeah, the Democrats all about that. They all about that. They all about that. You know what I'm saying? Look at that value chain that Jim Clyburn and his crooked self made for his family. Did y'all hear about that? All that money that Jim Clyburn's family is making from the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation. All of them family employees that work for that. Oh yeah, they all about that. They all about that value chain. But they not about improving our value chain, which is exactly what they should be doing. And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to AB Promotions. Make sure you guys throw some radiation emoji in the chat and show AB some love. He said, look, we all sat in class and let them shove founding fathers nonsense down our throats. It should be mandatory for them to learn our history. It's only fair. Facts. And they're the ones that influenced a lot of our history. And since they are such big influences on everything and always want to be given credit for their influence, well, then by golly, they should be given every egregious detail of their influence on our history. I mean, they like to take things, take credit. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says, oddly, no one at the Arkansas Department of Education answered phone calls or returned emails about the decision Friday afternoon, nor could they be reached on Saturday. And because the phone call about the last minute change went directly to teachers, bypassing direct administrators and even principals, there was no paper trail to follow to figure out what was going on. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Do you think that that was an accident, or do you think that that was strategic? If you guys think that that was strategic, give me a thumbs up. If y'all think it was an accident, then give me a thumbs down. And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to everybody that's watching. If you guys have not smashed that like button yet, make sure you guys smash that like button. If you guys haven't hit the bell and subscribe to the channel, make sure you guys hit the bell and subscribe to the channel. Shout out to my man, KO Kid Fit. What's good with it, bro? Also, make sure you guys check out the Discord, the link for the Reacts Discord and the link for the Blacklight Revelations Discord. They are two different Discords, just so everybody is clear on that, are both in the description box. I didn't put them in the comment section today because in the comment section today is the link for the GoFundMe for the Alabama Heroes. So even if you can't donate to the Alabama Heroes GoFundMe, at least share the link. That's all I'm asking, is that y'all do that. All right. So now here it says, on Sunday morning, the state sent emails to district curriculum administrators letting them know that the course would not be recognized. The terse email appeared not to be an official announcement, but simply an alert to a change made in the education department's course management system. The message indicates AP African American Studies was deleted from the state's roster of offerings at 4:02 p.m. on the Friday before school starts for most public school students in Arkansas. So now here they have a screenshot of the email right here. Deleted courses. And this is only a deleted course because it's only one. So they deleted the course, y'all. What y'all think about that? Pretty shameful. Pretty pathetic. I thought we were all in this together. Shout out to Hurricane IQ. What's good with it, bro? I thought we were all in this together. What happened? Somebody jumped ship early. We can't be all in this together if somebody's trying to erase history. We can't do that. That's not how togetherness looks. What if I had a family reunion and the name on the shirt was hyphenated and I said, you know what? We finna take Johnson off the shirt. You know what I'm saying? We taking Johnson off the shirt. They don't need to be on there. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna take them off the invitations too. Now y'all can come to the family reunion, but we taking y'all off the shirt and we taking y'all off the invitation. You think you think they will come? Let me know what y'all think, if y'all think they will still come or not. So now here it says it's not clear why the course was listed in the state system if it had not yet been approved, nor is it clear why the department waited until 48 hours before school starts after teachers already solidified lesson plans and many students already picked up their class schedules to remove it. Department spokeswoman Kimberly Mundell did not respond to questions about who made the decision and when. So nobody knows who made this decision. I guess the artificial intelligence just did it. Delete Black History course. That's what happened. It was one of those type of situations. You guys ever had that kind of situation where a robot voice happens and all of a sudden something is just gone, it just disappeared? I haven't either. But I was just asking to see if anybody had. You know what I'm saying? Delete Black History course. That happens every day, you know. You ever went outside and your back tire was missing? Back tire was removed? It happens all the time. You know, it's very common. I don't know why anybody is up here acting confused or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? It's common day occurrences. So now here it says, perhaps we should have seen this coming. Dumping on an African-American studies course is red meat for Arkansas's Republican base, already snapping over the phony threat of critical race theory and rampant transgenderism in public schools. So again, there goes white people lumping us in with LGBTQ people. There goes white people lumping us in with LGBTQ people, with the legitimate book. Upon taking office, Governor Sarah Sanders instructed her new education secretary, Jacob Oliva, to scour Arkansas curricula for signs of quote unquote indoctrination and critical race theory. That's interesting. Indoctrination. It sounds to me like indoctrination if we're not learning about white supremacy. That's what indoctrination sounds like to me. What do you guys think? So now again, I don't see the mainstream media or any of these other outlets ever calling the Democrats on this stuff. When is the last time you saw an interview on MSNBC or an interview on CNN where they said, and Representative Jim Clyburn, what are the Democrats doing as a strategy to combat the erasure of Black history in public schools? What are they doing that at all? Is that happening? Asking for a friend. Right, exactly. If you guys agree with Tia, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. That's exactly what it's like. Tia says, Rob, that is just like saying AI is biased, but not blaming the programmers. Those villainous human controlling AI. I know, right? That's exactly what that is. Facts. If black history is critical race theory, what's white history? Well, there's no such thing as white history because, you know, what that is, you know, we created America, and it's just different. It's history for everybody. That's indoctrination. You know, the Declaration of Independence, when everybody was free. Everybody wasn't free. Y'all got free labor, but everybody wasn't free. What you talking about? Hold up, wait a minute. You know, when I be watching a lot of them videos with people at the school systems, I'll be watching them. Sometimes they show the closed captioning. I never see wait a minute in the closed captioning. Do y'all ever see wait a minute in the closed captioning? Anytime somebody say something crazy, hold on, wait a minute. I'll never see wait a minute in the closed caption. Well, I never see it. You know what I'm saying? Yo, real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to AB Promotions. If you guys can hear me, if you guys are having issues with the sound, give me a thumbs up. If you guys are able to hear me, then put a radiation emoji in the chat. Okay, it's good. Okay, cool. And I gotta agree with Jazz Tina Somerville. She says getting rid of Confederate statues was the beginning of this. There's a concerted effort to delete our history. Those statues memorials should have never existed, but getting rid of them wasn't for us. Do you know people be saying all kind of egregious things about me when I say that? And when I say that the Democrats and the Republicans are working hand in hand, the Democrats are doing the same thing as the Republicans, but they're trying to sell it to you as if they're doing some, being your friends. The police department never go to the victims and be like, we're just going to get rid of all of this evidence for you. This bloody glove over here, this knife with all this blood on it, this hair under these fingernails, this gunpowder. I'm going to take some bleach to this blood spatter over here. The police never do that to make the victim feel better. The police gather all the evidence to make sure that they can put the criminal in jail. And if it happened to be a black criminal, they don't look at no evidence at all. They just shoot them so they don't go to trial. But that's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the founding fathers were slave owners, and they try to make it like the founding fathers pet black people, which we need to start calling slaves pet black people, if you ask me. The founding fathers pet black people. PragerU is trying to make it seem as if those people just enjoyed slavery and just lived to serve white people. If you want to sit there and try to act like you had a pet owner relationship, like a ownership, like a dog owner has with a dog with black people, then we should start calling them pet slave black people. I mean, they even called black people boy, like how they call the dogs boy. Go get that bone, boy. Get the frisbee, boy. I mean, this is all shit that they did. And now you don't want to hear about it. I don't give a shit if they don't want to hear about it or not. That's what you did. You know what's crazy? Again, I'm going to ask the question, what do the Democrats do to combat or counter any of this, right? Because there's stuff that they could do to counter it. They could make talking about crime statistics using race as demographics. We're going to make that illegal because it's been politicized. We're going to make it illegal. If you live in Chicago, where it's all Democrats at, and you want to try to paint black people as negative to make black people feel guilty about crime that's a result of socioeconomic conditions, we're going to make the War Against Crime Act. And we can only talk about crime in terms of income levels. If you talk about it in terms of race, you'll get deplatformed. The Democrats could push that. It wouldn't go anywhere, but they could push it as a counter means, right? But J.B. Pritzker's not interested in that. J.B. Pritzker is more interested in Transformers. More than meets the eyes. Girls that change to guys. That's what J.B. Pritzker is interested in. Transformers. Girls that change to guys. Auto thoughts in their battle too. That's what J.B. Pritzker is interested in. That's what he interested in. You know what I'm saying? He interested in sound waves, sitting up there saying reject. 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 Oh man. That's what J.B. Pritzker up there doing. That's what he doing. You know what I'm saying? He was so offended by his own creation. You know what I'm saying? They hurried up and got Lori Lightfoot up out of there, and they put that new dude in there. You know what I'm saying? The new scammer that's in there now. Shout out to my man Unsunken One. What's good with it, bro? They put that new scammer up in there. I forgot what his name is. You know what I'm saying? Oh boy, that looked like an extra on the album cover of the Pope Pimpin' single. You know what I'm saying? He like one of them Chi-Town pimps. You know what I'm saying? And be at the be chilling at the 5150 club with Corey Holcomb and Marcus. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man YG LTB1. What's good with it, bro? And rest in peace, Bernie Mac. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says Oliver himself is an import from Ron DeSantis' Florida. See, didn't I tell you guys? I told you guys this stuff is a coordinated effort. Yeah, there we go. Brandon Johnson. Johnson, that's his name. Brandon Johnson. Let's go, Brandon. Seriously. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, we ain't talking about Joe Biden. We talking about in Chicago. Yeah, Ravage, eject. Rumble, eject. Frenzy, eject. Operation Meat Wrap. Soundwave be like Operation Meat Wrap. Oh man, damn man, shit just ain't how it used to be. It's just not how it used to be. It's so confusing nowadays, and a simple mistake if you walking around in Michigan, to land your ass in jail. Damn man, you'll be in jail. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be in jail with people like Fleece Johnson that's misgendering you all the time, but just gonna take it anyway. Like, that's crazy, man. What kind of world is we living in, man? You know what I'm saying? So this dude Oliver here is from Florida. He's part of DeSantis's people. So like I said, these are coordinated efforts with these groups of Republicans working in packets. So now my question for you guys is, what is the packet of Democrats that are working together to try to combat any of this kind of stuff? That's my question for you guys. Which has led the charge against schools teaching history that doesn't center on heteronormative white people stuff. So now here we go talking about some damn heteronormative white people stuff. There are other heteronormative people, like, you know what I'm saying? In case I don't understand why everybody just assumes that everybody that's not white is LGBTQ as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I agree with Deneen. They're going to take this nationwide. Now, the Democrats are going to use this as a talking point and say, see, they keep on taking your history away. That's why you better vote for us. No, that's actually why we shouldn't vote for you guys, because y'all have full control over everything and have done nothing. So why would anybody vote for y'all, man? Y'all have full control over the entire government and didn't do nothing to even try to slow any of this stuff down. Why would anybody do anything? It's clear that Democrats are ineffective. Folding chairs have been proven to be more effective than Democrats. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree that a folding chair is more effective at dealing with these people than Democrats are, then give me a thumbs up. I'll vote for the damn chair. Shit. How many people gonna vote chair 2023? I'm gonna go up to Jim Clyburn and be like, hey, I'm trying to hear about the policy. Oh, what kind of policy you want to hear about, young man? No, I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to the chair. I ain't talking to you, Jim. I'm talking to the chair. You know what I'm saying? The chair actually gonna do something. You're not. So now, here it said, during his tenure as a state-level education administrator in Florida, Oliver helped carry out the DeSantis administration attack on lessons that included multiculturalism or non-traditional sexual orientations or gender identities. And again, these are not things that go hand in hand. This gender identity and sexual orientation stuff, this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, and it does not go hand in hand with Black history. Again, this is how you can tell that all of this is all a role-playing game that all factions of white society have written in a weird WWF match against each other, throwing people's histories and ideologies and mixing them in and taking sides. It's really weird stuff what they do here. Would you guys agree? Yeah, I gotta agree with Deneen. Stop lumping us in with LGBTQ. Facts. Now, again, that's no disrespect to the LGBTQ community, but we all have our separate issues that we have, and our issues are not parallel or concurrent with LGBTQ issues. You know what I'm saying? Fact. Shout out to my man MC Fact. MC Fact said 86 likes, 69 in the chat. Let's punch that like button and get to 100. Big facts. And the after stream goal is 200. So let's get it. We're gonna start making that as the goal. 200. We can get it. We can do it. So now here it says, in June, the state of Arkansas paid to send out. Look at this. In June, the state of Arkansas paid to send Oliver to Philadelphia to speak to the extremist conservative group Moms for Liberty, which is pushing to ban books that don't comport with their views on race and gender from schools and public libraries. Now, do you guys remember when we talked about Moms for Liberty? I actually did a stream about Moms for Liberty. You guys remember that stream that I did about Moms for Liberty? If y'all haven't watched it, check it out at some point. I don't put them cards in the I don't put those cards in the content because I ain't got time for all that. But if y'all watch the videos, it'll pop up someday. One of these days, I'm gonna start using those cards that they put in the videos. You know, those cards that they have in the YouTube creator studio. But I don't have time for all that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Eddie Long. What's good with it, bro? Did these Moms for Liberty, Karens for Liberty? So now this is called the LEARNS Act. All right. So in Arkansas, the version of the Stop Woke Act is called the LEARNS Act. Arkansas Learns, the massive school voucher and privatization bill championed by the governor, likewise paints a bullseye on multicultural education. Okay. It bans lessons that, quote unquote, could indoctrinate students with ideologies such as critical race theory, otherwise known as CRT, that conflict with the principle of equal protection under the law, which, again, we don't get equal protection under the law. I don't understand why they keep trying to force people. Well, I mean, I do understand, but they keep trying to force people to believe that people are out here getting equal protections under the law. That's not true. The law is designed to make money and examples off of and out of us and protect white people. That's what the law is designed for. And that's been proven time and time again. But remember, we live in a post-truth world. And in a post-truth world, in a post-truth world, their emotional attachment to whatever their idea may be is more validating than actual facts. We are long deep into the post-truth world. And in the post-truth world, emotional appeal is more validating than actual reference facts. Sanders and other Learn supporters vilified public school teachers during the 2023 legislative session, accusing them of indoctrinating students but failing to offer examples. The Learns Act easily passed through Arkansas' supermajority Republican legislature, despite bipartisan concerns, not bipartisan disagreement, over at which the speed at which it was pushed through and potentially devastating effects it will have on rural districts and communities, which again, it won't have any effects on that, because that in those communities, those people for the most part are, descendants of racists anyway. It's not going to bother anybody too much out there. Matter of fact, those people are already thinking this kind of stuff. This is how these people are raised. This is dinner table talk for them. You know what I'm saying? These are the kind of people that name their black dog the N-word and think that it's normal. A review of recent agendas and meetings minutes suggest any concerns or proposed policy changes regarding AP African American Studies have not been brought before the Board of Education. The board's last meeting was Thursday, the day before the department culled AP American Studies from its course management system. What is clear, though, is that email sent from the education department at 8:01 a.m. on a Saturday amps up back to school anxiety for teachers and administrators who must now decide whether to still offer the course. So they put this on the teachers at the last minute strategically to make them have to make crunch time decisions. Shout out to MC Fact. What's good with it, bro? Crunch time decisions. So, if they're not able to think it through, they probably want to go on the safe side. They don't want to affect their careers. That's going to encourage them to say, I'm going to hold off on this until I have more information. Any normal person that's a working person is going to do that. And they know that. And that's why they did it. You know what I'm saying? Whether intentionally or not, the disruptive and destabilizing maneuver adds stress for students who planned on taking a regular AP course and must now weigh the potential cost to their GPAs and their wallets, since they'll have to pony up the money for the AP testing themselves. In January, Little Rock Central High School teacher Ruthie Walls talked to Tiger News Online student reporter Sophie Finkbeiner about the African American Studies pilot course. I bet you Sophie ain't black. Saying she was hopeful any controversy over it would die down. Wall said the class, already popular among the students, did not violate Sanders' executive orders taking aim at critical race theory and indoctrination. Walls also said she was disheartened that the governor singled the course out for scrutiny. I don't understand. See, this is these people acting like they don't know themselves. She gonna single that course out for scrutiny. Why are you sitting up there acting like you don't understand the people that you live around? These people be tripping me out when they try to act like they don't understand their own community. I don't know why they singled it out. Yeah, you do. What you mean? You got friends that say the N-word freely. What are you talking about? You got family members that say the N-word freely. You got cross burners at your damn family reunion. What are you talking about? You don't know why they did this. What you talking about? What would your grandparents say? What would your great-grandparents say? You know why they did that. What are you talking about? What you talking about? Come on, man. Stop acting stupid. So now here it says, we've heard Oliver paid a visit to Little Rock Central High School this spring and looked in on Wall's class. He was peeping through the window like Goody Mob. Who's that peeping in my window? Pow. No history now. How's they trying to do down there? Public education watchdog Jim Ross, a frequent contributor to the Arkansas Times blog, and former state senator Joyce Elliott, a former teacher, were among those raising questions about this apparent last-minute decision from the state on social media. Now, this is interesting, right? How come the Democrat states can't at the last minute say, you know what, we just about to pay black people reparations? Isn't it interesting how these Republicans can do all of this magical and powerful stuff at the last minute, but Democrats can't do anything at the last minute? Guess what, y'all? We just cut the check. 4 o'clock in the morning. We decided we about to cut them. Cut it. Cut it. Cut it. Blow. Cut it. Skirt. Cut it. Y'all ain't gonna cut it? We've been waiting way too long. Y'all need to cut it. That racial wealth gap way too big. Y'all need to cut it. Cut it. Cut it. Well, then we y'all gonna do it. They could cut it at 4 o'clock in the morning if they wanted to. You know? Come on, man. Ross noted AP European history continues to be offered for full credit and called the department's decision to not recognize a course about African American history, racism, pure and simple. He also took an issue with the vague and confusing last-minute notification. So here go the vague and last-minute auto-generated message. And I don't know why it has YouTube up there. That's interesting. But here go the automated message here. AP African American courses deleted. There they go with all the little computer markings right there. This shit ain't worth no credit no more. Elliott said she hoped the Arkansas Department of Education would move quickly to officially approve the class for full credit. She pointed to a social media banner from the education department that says, every Arkansan is equitably prepared, supported, and inspired to succeed in school, career, community, and life. How is it possible to carry out such a promise and not even offer this course? Elliott asked. They have decided to delete it just days before school begins and deny every student in the state, not just African American students, the opportunity to take the AP African American history course. This has to change for this school year. While this is a developing story with many holes to fill, we can look to Florida for clues on what might happen next. Florida governor was the first to nix AP African American Studies. DeSantis went on to nix AP Psychology too, because the course explores issues of sexual orientation and gender identity. You can read our further reporting about this issue here and here. So there's that. All right. So they don't have anything else. So now here's my question. How many people knew that was going on in the good old state of Arkansas?